Hey guys, how's it going? Owners here, and welcome to the 6th round of the F1 2014 career mode here on the channel. Season 1, driving in the Toro Rosso as we are getting into that car. It's time for a very special Grand Prix. It's time for the Monaco Grand Prix, obviously a beauty on the Formula 1 calendar as we get strapped into our car there. Going to start the practice here. So first of all, in the practice session we had an R&D objective, as you can see there. Didn't set the lap time yet, so the first time out on track straight away we would do an R&D objective. By the way, quick reminder, this video is in 60 FPS. I would recommend you watching it in 60 FPS. I've recorded it in 60 FPS as well. Should be a big difference with 30 FPS, especially around Monaco, since you can see the barriers flying by really nicely on 60 FPS. Anyway, the R&D objective concluded a one lap, just one shot lap really, and you had to be above 85% of within the racing line of the lap. Currently doing a good job because we are still at 100%. Don't know how they actually specify the racing line, you know. I mean, for some people, you know, maybe a driver will take a little bit of a different line, and how much can you actually be off the racing line without actually the percentage going down, because obviously you cannot be 100% on the racing line really. See, I missed my apex there by 2 centimeters, so you could argue there that I was not on the racing line. Anyway, doesn't matter, it's still at 100%, so it does look like we will complete this challenge. After this one I will keep posting my lap times, I think, and I actually go into the setup menu a little bit later, but well, we will see about it later. But obviously it's a beautiful track here, and for the first time I really felt again like pushing really hard, put in a good couple of laps. I'm not saying that I haven't really pushed in the last couple of races, but I had a little bit of an old feeling again, you know. I was really looking forward to this, and really looking forward to putting in extremely good lap times and surprise people, because that's what I love to do really. Is to surprise people and prove people that they're wrong sometimes, you know. When people say that this is not possible or this is not possible, you know, show them that it is possible. That's one of the best feelings you can ever get. Anyway, we completed that R&D objective indeed 100%. After this we will just keep on pushing straight away, 4 tenths faster right now. And a little bit later, 119.5 is on the board. Remember, we are still on the prime tire. By the way, rain is expected towards the end of this practice session, so we do want to do some prime tire running and also option, in the end. But make sure we do the option tire before the rain comes. Anyway, 19.2 right now on the board, and actually this session is going very well. I was very happy with the setup. As you can see, that once again 4 tenths up and only 3 tenths down on Daniel Ricciardo right now, being on the first position there, with Vettel, his teammate, in third. Must be a Mercedes then in second. The DRS is wide open here. There's only one DRS zone, which is right here, as we put in a 118.9, so we're into the 18s ourselves right now. Puts us in still 4th position. So here's the setup change I was talking about. I'm going with a little bit higher stiffness here, am I? No, I go with a lower one, but higher rear then. Yep, there we go, higher rear. And well, I was very happy with the car actually. The car was really good, I must say. The turn-in was there. It turned into the corner very well, which is exactly what I need as a driver. I need a very strong front end, very strong on turn-in. And that was the case right now. So it was going really well. After that setup change, we went a little bit quick, but only by 100th of a second. But I felt even more comfortable with this setup. So I kept that setup and switched to the option tire, as we have done a 18.6 already, going a little bit deep into that first corner. 18.6 currently in 3rd place, but obviously now we have those option tires under our belt. So let's see what we can do with them as we go a little bit wider there. You can clearly see that I'm pushing even purple here in this first sector. Currently this practice session really has been a good one. And if I'm not mistaken, we got some updates for this race on the car. I'm not actually sure. I don't actually think so. Well, it doesn't matter. Maybe I do have some updates on the car. Not entirely sure on that, but doesn't matter anyway. I'm having done 16 laps already in this practice session, so I put in quite a lot of laps. Obviously it's a pretty short track as well. Just trying to master the track. As I said, I was really looking forward to this Grand Prix. Making a little bit of a mistake there. It hasn't been the cleanest lap at all, but still 9/10 up. You can touch the barriers here and there in this game. You can get away with it pretty easily, so yeah, no worries about that. We open up the DRS once again, and we are 9/10 up. So let's see what we can do onto 17.7. That's a great lap. 4/10 ahead of Ricciardo, who I believe is right now also on the on the option tire. A little bit later, as you can see there, raindrops are starting to fall. Still trying to push those. Still trying to put in a good lap, which well, it's looking really good so far. Hitting the ball there a little bit. 400s up at the moment, and still purple, of course, as we are still into that first position. A little bit of traffic up front. That's a Lotus though. He won't impede us though as we finish the lap. It's wide open. Let's see what we can do. Slight improvement probably. Yes, it is needed. Slight improvement. 117.6. But with the rain falling down a little bit harder right now, I decided to stop. And that was pretty much it. And at the end of the session, I decided to go to engine unit 2. We have 5 engine units, and I think this is like round 6. So we're looking really good on the engine. So actually, it would have been good to actually switch to the second unit in Catalonia already, but anyway, we have this one race spare, which is always good. In the end there, half a second ahead of Ricciardo, so an amazing session with Jean-Eric Vergne in 14th there, and indeed started to rain quite heavily towards the end of the session, so it wasn't possible to do any testing then. There's a little bit of rain forecasted in qualifying right now. It does not yet rain though. Also a little bit of rain in the race, I believe, but we will see about that one. Anyway, Q1 underway, decided to go out on the prime tire, and that shows that I was really confident, you know. Anyway, onto that first lap of the prime tire. It wasn't really a great lap at all. A little bit later I tried it again, and immediately improving by 3/10. You can see there that I touched the barrier there on the outside of turn 1. And then a little bit later we improved by 3/10. So that was very good. Still keeping on going. This will be then my third time lap of this qualifying. As I said, on the prime tire I was really confident. I think we went on the prime tire in Bahrain as well, but this race, I don't know, I just felt very comfortable. The car was doing exactly what I wanted, exactly what I expected. It was amazing really to drive this again around this track. Such, you know, it's like I hope you have familiarized yourself with the word tunnel vision, you know. I mean, around this track, once you're in a good flow, it's just a tunnel vision. There's nothing else you can think of other than just pushing corner after corner, and that was the case this day. There we go, a 119.0, a 10th up. Not the quickest lap though, but remember we were on the prime tire, and it was enough. But as you can see, it started to rain. You can see raindrops falling there, which means that in Q2 it would also probably rain. I'm having a look right now outside of the garage. It's not really raining. So once I got strapped into the car, I knew that probably at the end of the session it would rain harder. So the best lap times would be at the beginning of the session. This is what I did. Straight away look into the setup menu. Look when everything is set up right. Go for 5 laps of fuel. Select that option tire and go out. There we go. So straight away into that session, wanting to go out. Indeed, 100% rain, chance of rain predicted. So the earlier you can set your lap time, the better. So we are joining myself right now, excuse me, for my outlap here, and it should be a pretty quick outlap because as you can see, raindrops are falling down. So the longer I wait now with setting my lap time, the slower the track will be. So straight away going onto that option tire now. Of course, that's the right choice, I believe. But yeah, prime tire in the first session and got through there. So yeah, not bad at all, really. Said just very comfortable. The car was so good, you know. All of a sudden the car was doing what I wanted and how I predicted it. I'm sure if you put me in a Mercedes and compare it to this car again, this car would probably be shit, but you know, my feeling was that yeah, this was just very nice to drive with, and car setup was really good. So here we have the outlap. Not pushing too hard, but definitely not driving too slow either. Look at the mountain there on the background. It's always a great sight here in Monaco. The game is being played on ultra settings, so well, nice details there, of course. We have a lot of crowd there. Look at that. I like that corner so much, to look at the crowd. I will mention it later in my lap if I remember it. Hopefully I will remember it, and hopefully you guys will then pay attention to it as well, because I think it's amazing detail really. I'll talk about it a little bit later though. So here we go. This should be the lap which brings us up into Q3. Here we go. DRS is wide open as we cross the line. Crossing the Rhine line now, breaking down underneath that sign there, down to third gear. Could have gone a little bit early on the power, but the rear end wasn't really stabilized, so I couldn't get on the power. Then up the hill here, heading into Casino, I believe this is. There's a Casino on the left hand side of the apex there. We have traffic up in front, a little bit of oversteer now, diving down into this corner, braking right on the limit there. So we slow it down to second gear, then the hairpin, most tight corner in Formula 1, down to first gear. Very, very tight indeed. Get on the power as soon as you can, up to second gear. Two right-handers here, and then heading down into the tunnel. Stay in second gear, but get early on the power there. Shifting up to third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Then eventually you slow it down for the Nouvelle hairpin. Here we go, up to 7th even. No, not up to 7, indeed staying in 6th here, just after the one on the meter board. Slowing it down, rear end a little bit unstable on corner entry. So that meant that the exit was a little bit compromised. Here we go, this is what I'm talking about. Look on the right there, look at the crowd just flying by. The speed is immense. So now head down into the swimming pool section. The second sector is completed, the final sector to go. And Rascas here. Penultimate corner, final corner over here. Open up the DRS, a pretty good lap. Not the best I have ever done though, but will it be enough? Here we go, 118, 119.1. And that is pretty much the same lap we did on the prime tire in Q1, surprisingly enough. But obviously it's raining a little bit more, hard right now. We still have some fuel left though, so I'm gonna try to go for it yet again. It all depends on the track conditions, whether it worsens quickly or not. It's got a little bit too deep into that corner, could have been worse though. But about a 10th up, remember we got slightly held up by Magnussen previous time round. Magnussen definitely caught my eye. So, well, still a 10th up there. I'm happy with that. Now rounding up this second sector, rain is still falling down obviously. So the track will get wetter and wetter and the performance will drop and drop. So it's important to improve as quick as you can straight away. Hamilton right now being in second position. We are still surprisingly in first. It's looking extremely good here. Once again in this final hot lap, breaking it down, slowing it down to second gear. Much better exit there as well than previous time. So we're looking really good once again, coming now through this left-hander. Look at the crowd on the right there, flying by. Incredible swimming pool here, and we are a 10th down, unfortunately, on our previous time. Rain falling down a little bit of oversteer on that corner, on the exit of that corner. So I don't think this will be an improvement, but we still can try, of course, coming through the final corner right now, opening up the DRS. Pretty good exit, up to 4th gear, up to 5th gear. A little bit of a wheel spin there on the exit, but it indeed is not good enough. So the track is now, the performance is slowing, performance is becoming worse. That's exactly what I needed, as it was in first place already. Our teammate in 11th place, but we are through to Q3. So as you can imagine, I was very, very happy with that lap. It felt like a alright lap, and you had to deliver then. As a driver, you're gonna have to deliver at that point. Anyway, Q3, it was wet, intermediate condition. Once again, I went out of the garage straight away, because it will probably be, at the beginning of the session, it would still probably be a little bit more dry compared to the end of the session. So that's why I went out straight away. But unfortunately, with the rain, I did not really have high hopes. The AI has such a big advantage in the rain. But anyway, we're going to try it, obviously. We head down into the first corner. You can see it there, taking it a little bit carefully. I haven't had any rain experience yet around this track, as the sound is a little bit behind the video for this lap, a little bit out of sync. Apologies about that one, as we see a quick correction there. Car gripping pretty well still in this these rain conditions, more than I expected, honestly. We head down into this corner right now. You can see that my driving style just changes, but yeah. Confidence is very important for a driver, I think. But at the moment, yeah, my confidence has dropped with this rain. And also you can see in the mirror, you can see a Ferrari there, which we couldn't see before, indicating that Ferrari is quicker than us as well. So yeah, all the high hopes I had after Q1 and Q2, even the practice session, are all gone now thanks to this rain. The rain definitely not being our friend this season here. Got a little bit stuck onto the wall there, surprisingly enough. Coming through swimming pool, a little bit of oversteer in the middle of swimming pool, managed to correct it though. So we finalized the second sector here, finalizing the lap, coming into Rascas. Down to first gear, but look at the Ferrari being really close behind us in those mirrors. So yeah, I don't think it will be such a great lap. I still managed to put in a 1:25.7. And I was quicker actually by about 3/10, but yeah, it was not enough, you know. I did not finish the lap because it just wouldn't be enough. I was about 2 seconds down on P9, but anyway, I got into Q3, something I was really proud of, especially around this this Monaco circuit. Always a special circuit. It's always good to perform well here, and that was the case today. So I'm very happy about that. As you can see here as well, our teammate is or our team boss is happy with the car development. I am happy as well. Hope you have enjoyed the video. See you tomorrow with the race. If you have enjoyed the video, I would appreciate a like, and that is pretty much it. Goodbye.